Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to episode 9 of Friday Night Football. Again, with a special Thursday night edition. I wanted to do a pre play of the Champions League, which is what we're going to do tonight, and get it out there a little bit early so people can have a chance to see it before the game happens, if that's what they want to do. Before we do that, Monday was Memorial Day, and it's my father passed away this past year, and I know Memorial Day is to honor those that have died in basically in battle or in fighting for their country. But it's the first Memorial Day since he passed away, and he was in the Korean War. So he's buried at the Miramar National Cemetery, and we got to go down there Monday. And it's just, I mean, I've been down there before, obviously when we had the funeral, but um, it's really neat. The veterans cemeteries are very cool. It was crowded, but it's clean, it's sharp, it is really good. But what I wanted to say is just thank you for those that have or are volunteering or are serving our country. Uh, what you do allows us the freedom to be able to do what we do. And so I am very grateful and I appreciate the service that you have put in or are putting in. I more than words can say. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I very much appreciate it. So moving forward, game news. The English Premier League was uploaded yesterday. Italy Serie A will be uploaded after this video tonight, so you'll have that available. And I have started work on La Liga. So that is about 30% done. Actually, I have about 10 major steps that I do. The first 3 are done. I don't know if it's 30% done. The third step is the worst. So that is done, which is good and out of the way. Once that's done, I'm going to continue to work down the Iberian Peninsula, I think that's what it's called, and do Portugal. Finishing up after that with Eredivisie and Scotland. So I have 4 sets to go. La Liga will probably be done either this weekend or early next week. Probably get a lot of it done tomorrow. So today's game is going to be a pre-play of the Champions League final. It's PSG versus Inter Milan. And that is where part of the issue comes in trying to play teams from other countries against each other because the countries aren't as strong as each other. Uh, how do you take into account? Hold on one second, we have dog issues. Rooney's out there barking. Peanut wanted to go see what was going on, so she'll be barking to get back in here in a minute. But anyways, how do you take into account the strength of league that these teams play in? PSG is a very good team, but they play in a weaker league than the other leagues out there. So how do you account for that? So here's how I'm going to do it, and there is no right answer to this. This is my second attempt. The first one was several years ago. I was looking at the teams that were in it, which is amazing. Like Burnley was in this tournament, and some teams that were relegated. So Schalke. Anyways, I'm going to start with the UEFA coefficients, the country coefficients. They have this on their website. It's a breakdown of points that teams earn in the Champions League, Europa League, and the Europa Conference. So those tournaments earn teams points based on wins and advancing, and you can see the breakdown here. What I've done is I took that, put it into a spreadsheet. So now we have each of those 5 countries and the past 5 years that they participated. So this is the most recent year, last year, year before, and so forth. I'm putting a weight onto each one of those seasons, each one of those years. So this current year is a 50% weight. Last year, 25%. The year before that, 12.5%. Then 7.5% and 5%. So I'm taking that, multiplying it, and getting a total amount of points over the last 5 years, a weighted total based on how these teams have done. So you can see the weighted total here, and then the average. So each team has a weighted total and an average. From there, I'm taking the percentage differences and getting some numbers that I can use to affect the game. How do you affect the game in net result soccer? There's 2 really main areas I'm looking at. One is the possession number. So the possession number starts as a 1 to 11 for the home team. That's going to be affected by the coefficient rating for each of these countries. The other thing is you have to try to prevent goals from happening or allow goals from happening. And you do that by, I'm going to try this by either allowing or stopping shot attempts from happening based on the strength of those teams. So, the possession number for each of these countries, the adjustment from the average. England has done very well. They're a 4.5 point difference in the possession number on a 1 to 20 scale. France is a minus 3.8. So to figure out what the possession number change would be, you take those two and average it. That ends up being that's a 4 point difference. So England versus France. These are all in positive numbers because I'm using the M round feature. But I know England is the stronger country. So Italy, they'll get 2 point advantage. Spain, a 2 point. Germany, 3. France, 4. On the flip side, France will have a 4 point deduction, a 2.5 point deduction against Italy, 2 point deduction against Spain, 1 against Germany. So that's how I'm going to deal with the possession number. The shot number is going to be similar. So you have a percentage number here for shots. England is going to be 23% bigger. That in a 1 to 20 is 4.5. So it's 23%. France is a minus 19. So looking at those numbers, England versus France, you take the average of the two, that's a 21 point difference. So if England has the ball and they're playing against a team from France, on every shot attempt, I'm going to roll a 1 to 100. And if it comes into that range, 1 to 21, then the shot's going to happen no matter what the defense does. So the defense cannot stop it. So you can have all 8 teams out there. It doesn't matter. You're not going to roll it. That shot will go through. On the flip side, if France is playing against England, I'm going to roll. And if the 1 to 21 comes up, the shot is stopped regardless of the defense. So that's how I'm going to allow more shots for the better leagues and prevent shots for the lower leagues. We'll see how that plays out in tonight's game. I'll show you the ratings. Over here is my coefficient ratings for who qualified for my tournament that's coming up. I'm really excited about this. There's been a little bit of talk on new sets coming out and wanting to get into a new replay or new tournament before you're done with the old one. I still have over 100 games left in my 13-14 replay, and I'm really looking forward to playing this tournament. But I got to get that done first. So these are the teams that are going to make the tournament, 1 to 32. I did an adjusted points per game. That's how they qualified. And that adjustment, I did 80%. I was doing 100% of the factor difference over here, and they knocked PSG way down. That wasn't, in my mind, wasn't right. They beat City, and they beat Arsenal, and they beat Liverpool, and then they beat Aston Villa, and they beat Arsenal. So they beat all of the top England teams. So they should be up there. So just an adjusted point per game. You'll see even at 2.093, they should be down. All the country winners will be in pot 1 of my tournament. I will explain that again in writing on the Delphi forum when I get closer to doing the draw. Hopefully I can explain it. If you have questions, go ahead and ask. You can leave a comment, ask it on the Delphi forum. I'll try to explain that better. So that's how I'm doing the adjustments for country strength. Tonight's game, PSG versus Inter Milan. The lineups are here, and I'm going to mess up some names because I've looked at these already, and I don't know how you pronounce some of them. So PSG is going to go Pacho, Marquinhos, Mendes, Hakimi, Neves, Ruiz, Vitania, Doué. I'm going to call him KK because I did look up how to pronounce his name, and I already forgot. And then Dembele. Donnarumma's in goal. This is the lineup they used. So I took the lineup from the semifinals. The only difference between the two games was Dembele versus Barcola. I decided to use Dembele. He has a better card, so he's going to be in here for the final. Inter Milan is going to have Acerbi, Bisek, Bastoni, DeMarco, Dumfries, Kalinoglu, Mkhitaryan, Barella, Martinez, and Thuram. I'll probably call him Thurman, but Thuram, and Sommer in goal. The subs are there. These are the subs that were on the roster, 8 of them, that were on the roster for those semifinal games as well. The score sheet listed says PSG has a 2.67 goals per game average. Inter Milan a 2.04. Defense 8.8 for PSG, and Inter Milan 6.6, but that adjustment factor will come into play, or could come into play, so we'll see how that goes. And finally, the keeper cards. Donnarumma is a 68, so a 67 or below is save, 68 or above the goal, a +2 on the on. Sommer's a 76 and a 1. Those are the ratings. The last piece is going to be down here. So I've created an extra piece for the roller. The possession number you're going to see, Inter Milan is a plus 2.5. This is a neutral site game, so they're going to start. There are two more, so I'll take 2 away for the first half. It's a 1 to 7 or 1 to 8. It should be 1 to 10. Take 2 away. It's a 1 to 8 for PSG, a 9 to 11, or 9 to 20 for Inter Milan for the first half. The second half, that 0.5 will add or take away 1 more. So that's where it's going to start. The shot number down here is a 12 difference between the two. So you'll see this either come up red, that means they stop a shot from happening, or green, which means a shot will happen no matter what. It's a 12%, so a little over 1 out of 10 will come up, but you'll see that as we play out as well. And I think that's it for the mechanics and the logistics of this game. I have also made an adjustment to my subs. You'll see how that comes in when I make a sub. I'm kind of automating that a little bit. Real life, not real life. This is the starting lineups from the semifinals. I have the subs that are there. We will play out in subs in the second half when an endurance check comes up. I'll do 2 checks, 1, 2. I'll do 4 checks, 2 on offense, 2 on defense to see if players come out. I use a plus minus system. If a player goes minus, he will get tagged with that and his endurance rating will go down 10. So a lot of things, a lot of logistics. Again, if you have questions, feel free to ask. In the Serie A set we'll post later tonight after the game and after I eat dinner. So let's go ahead and get started, see how it plays out, and hopefully we get a good game here. Okay. 1 to 8 is possession. We'll have the opening kickoff. That opening kickoff is going to go to Inter Milan. So let me make sure I write that down so I don't forget it. 9:43. So right off the gate. So this is a great example. Right out of the gate, Martinez rolls into his shot range. That is green down here. So this is going to be a shot no matter what. PSG can't stop it. Well, look at the defender is a 1, or is defender 1 who is an 18. That would have been stopped. So Martinez versus Pacho. I'll go with Pacho. An 18 would have stopped it, but because that's green, he's not going to be able to stop it. The shot's going to get through. That's where the difference is going to come in. So Martinez gets the shot off. It is on target and saved. So right off the gate, a good example, and shows you that couldn't have worked out better. Shot on target saved. Donnarumma has a huge counter range, so they're going to keep possession of that, and it's PSG's ball. 8:15 is going to be a corner, and again, right out of the gate, using the plus minus. 11s are going to change the plus minus number. 15 is odd, so he's going to be a plus 4, and they're going to earn one of those possession numbers back on the 2nd minute of the game. So now PSG goes to 1 to 9. Corner kick. 8:24 is a foul. Doué is fouled by Dumfries. I do apologize for pronouncing names wrong. I'm really not trying to, but that's just going to happen. Free kick, 5:57 So you see there, the red came up. That would have been if PSG had a shot attempt there, it would have been stopped no matter what. It's not a shot, it's a P, so we play. 8:35 so he has a range of 35.5. The check is a 6. It's not a shot. 286 961 625. Shot attempt by Ruiz. It's not going to be stopped, so it's a 10. That is off target. So Ruiz gets a shot off target. 81 is going to be. Hold on, there's Peanut wanting back in. The door to my office is open. She can push the door. She's never learned how to do that. Rooney can, but she doesn't. So, got to remember what happened here. Ruiz had the shot off target, an 81. So Sommer is the same with his counter rating, 87. So these guys play out of the back, and it's going to be Inter Milan's ball. 124, possible shot attempt. So Inter Milan is the away team, technically, so we're going to look at that. It's not green, so it can be stopped. So 124, potential shot against an 18, and that one is stopped. So that one made it through the check, and the defense got to play it out. 148p, 241p, 538. P star, Inter Milan's ball. 272, taken away by Marquinhos. 416, fouled. Hakimi is fouled by Thuram. When I try to make these cards, I try to focus on colors that I can see better, see okay. PSG is right on the edge with the blue and the red. That's close. I've adjusted their colors through the years just to be able to see them better. Uh, Inter Milans are nice. That one, they're tough, but I'll get through. 754p, 448p, 422 is offside. No, it's a P. 273 taken away by Marquinhos. PSG has the ball. 168p. 267p. One thing I wanted to do in this game, I thought about it. It's a Champions League final, and the refs typically don't give out cards early in these finals. So for the first half, if a yellow card comes up, I'm going to do a check on an extra 10. 1 to 5, it'll be a card. 6 to 10, it won't be. So I'm going to limit some cards in the first half. 267p, 954. Possible shot by Martinez against a 5 that is through but off target. Martinez goes off target. So it's clear, it's an open shot against this 9, which doesn't get stopped, but it goes off target. PSG's ball, 532. Shot attempt by Neves, but this one stopped. So that shot would have been stopped anyways by the defense, but because it's red, no shot. We play it as a P. 788p, 321. Foul 5 is a P. 753p, 616. Foul 5 is a P. So I apologize. This is new mechanics for me, so it's not natural, not muscle memory. So when I go through this, I'm going to have to kind of slow down to check to make sure I'm doing it right on some of these things. 251p, 1088p, 1033. Possible shot by Thurm against a 5 that is off target. So it is not Martinez. Thurm gets the shot off target. Controlled by PSG. 125 is a P star. 238 P star. 853 P plus. 422 foul 1 and a foul. Hakimi is fouled by Bisek. Free kick. 717. Foul 2 and a foul. Vitania is fouled by Barella. $438 P plus. 862 still in P plus. 953 still in P plus. 238, 846. Potential shot against a 3. That one stopped. That one would have been close. Let's see, a 61, 58 plus 18. That would have been a goal. It would have been a goal, but it stopped. Barella with the stop. 642 P. 216 foul 4 is a P. 848 P. 122 P star. PSG with the ball and possession. 746. 7. Vitania goes -1 on the corner. They're still at a 3. They still have that advantage. 122 P star. PSG with a little bit of possession here. 443, 115, foul 5, and a foul. Dumfries with the foul. Pasha with the foul is fouled by Dumfries. Free kick. 938. Shot by KK against a 1 on target and saved. So they get their first shot on target. 29 plus 8 is 37. That's going to be Inter Milan's ball. 662p, 888p, 1043. Shot by Dembele against a 1. That one is off target. Dembele had it's a really good card, a 109 offense rating. 22, that's Inter Milan's ball. Foul 2 is a P. 875, taken away by Barella. 751 P, 986 P, 752, 57 P, 1062 P plus, 1062 P plus 928, foul one and a foul. KK is fouled by Thuram. Free kick. 515 fouled. Neves fouled by Dumfries. Third foul by Dumfries. 877 taken away by Barella. 871 taken away back by Douay. 753 P. 624 shot by Ruiz against a 6 off target. So PSG starting to get some shots off. They have the shot lead now. Inter Milan's ball, 187 P, 135 P, 1041 shot by Dembele against a 6, and that is a goal. No, it's not. Sorry. It is not a goal. 1041 against a 6, that is on target, but 66 plus 8 is a 74. He gets close, but no goal. We do have an injury, though. 74 goes into the injury rating. Someone's going to be hurt, so we're going to roll on the injury to see. And that is home 4. Hakimi is hurt. So Hakimi gets injured. I'm going to tag his card just so I don't forget. That's what this extra one is here. And you'll be able to see how my subs are going to work. So Hakimi is going to be a straight sub. First half subs, I'm going to do a straight sub. So I'm going to be looking for a defender with the position 1, which you can see here. Going to my sub list, you'll see I have all the subs are listed here. What I've done, so when I play card and dice baseball, I have automated bullpen based on how many games they pitched in relief versus how many games on the roster, and I do a random number check and all of that. So for this game, how many times a player was subbed into a game versus how many times they were on the bench. So Hernandez is a 60% of the time he got subbed in when he was on the bench. Take that number, do a random number check against it, and rank it. There are so many games. I play so many as-played lineup, as-played sub games where a team will sub in an offensive player at the end of the game who never scored. I wouldn't do that. If I'm picking straight subs, I'm going to pick the best player possible every time. So to prevent that, I'm doing random number checks. And so right now, Hernandez is a 2 ranking at position 1. So it's a straight sub. Hernandez is going to be put into the game. I hope that makes sense. Because it's a straight sub, I'm looking for a position 1. He has the highest ranking. Hernandez enters. And he is in for Hakimi. Let me make that. Hernandez comes in the 22nd minute. Hakimi is out. Hernandez is in. And we have our first sub of the game. Oops. Sorry, again, logistics on how I'm going to do this are just a little bit different for me. Okay. Okay, so after an injury, I'm going to check the extra 100 to see what that roll is against the keeper's off rating to see if they keep it or if it's they punt it down the field. Because he's an 87, that's a 20. PSG is going to keep the ball. Who had the shot? No, they had the ball. Same thing. Inter Milan's going to keep the ball. That was a shot by Dembele. Okay. All of that happened. Inter Milan's ball. 9:44. Shot by Martinez against a 5 off target. So the teams are getting some shots, which is expected. The semifinal games for Inter Milan were crazy against Barcelona. PSG's ball. 6:13 in a corner. Yeah, got a shot there. 3:38 P star. 2:16 foul 5 P star. 7:48 P star. 6:33 shot attempt by Ruiz against a 6, and that one stopped. Stopped by Inter Milan. 6:44 P. 10:16 fouled. Dembele is fouled by Mkhitaryan. Free kick to PSG. 372 taken away by Bastoni. 528 shot by Dumfries. It's not going to be stopped by the defender. It can't be. It is on target, and he scores. Dumfries scores, and he's going to start it off for Inter Milan. So we check a 528 a shot against player 8, but because it's green, he can't stop it no matter what. It's on target. 74 is a goal. Denzel Dumfries scores in the 26th minute, assisted by Bastoni. And Inter Milan is ahead now 1-0. Okay, we have a game. Very cool. 871 taken away by Barella. 444 P. 1034 shot by Thuram against an 18. That one stopped. So it's blank, goes to the defense, stopped. 638 P star. Inter Milan's ball. 842 still P star. 885 still in P star. 968. So check the card, but it's a 0. It's not going to be a card. We're still in P star. 1056 P star. 427. Possible shot by DeMarco against an 18, and that one stopped. So PSG has a great defense. 287 P. 945. Shot by KK against a 3. That is on target, but saved. Sommer with the save. Inter Milan will keep it. 932. Shot by Martinez. That red is only a PSG shot, so it's going to go to the defense, and that one is stopped. 3, so 10 is them. 312, and that's a P. 687 P. 188 P. 385 P. 125 P star. P star for PSG. 667 P star. 477. Nope, P star. 523 is a foul too, and fouled. Neves fouled by DeMarco. Free kick to PSG. 486 P. 476 P. 353 P. 353 P. 486. Oh, almost an own goal. That would have been huge. So it's 86-5. The check is a 6. Just misses. That's a P. 936. Shot by Martinez. It's going to get through. It's off target. Martinez has 5 shots already. 47 is going to be PSG's ball. 231 P star. 862 P star. 987 P star. 761. 587. They're going to keep the ball for a while here. 328 shot by Mendez against a 3, and that one's off target. Mendez goes off target. Inter Milan's ball. 741 P. 762 P. 424 shot by DeMarco against an 18 and stopped again. 122 P. 581 taken away by Neves. 872 taken away by Barella. Inter Milan's ball. They go to P+, so they have the offensive advantage here. 761, 823 is an offside. Barella goes offside. PSG's ball. 123 P star. 856 P star. 988 P star. 281 taken away by Bisek. 713 P. 946 shot by Martinez against a 6, and that one's off target as well. 6 shots for him. This finally the first aerial battle. 6 versus 2 is won by Inter Milan. 325 is not an offside, it's a P. 481 taken away by Hernandez. 787 P. 764 P. 625 shot by Ruiz against a 3, and that's off target. So they're still getting plenty of shots. Both teams are actually. Another aerial battle, 4 versus 8. This one's won by PSG. They'll have possession now. 132 P. 365 P. 724 shot by Mkhitaryan against a 0 off target. Ooh, it's 9 on his on rating. That's not good. Off target, 43 is going to be PSG's ball. 615 foul 5 and a foul. Ruiz fouled by Dembele, his 4th. or by Dumfries, sorry, his fourth. 122, P star. 721, shot by Vitanya, Vitnya, shot by Vitnya against a 14. That is on target, but saved. Sommer with his fourth save of the game. Inter Milan's ball, 6:52 P, 9:55 P plus. 3 minutes to go here in the half. 7:28, still in P plus. 9:24, foul 3, still in P plus 5. Neves goes -1 and a corner. So they still have that possession advantage, but now they're on the border. So a change either way could change that number. 5:13 P, 122 P star. 5:31. Possible shot by Neves, but it is stopped by the league rating. So we are going to play that. How do I want to play it? It's a straight roll. So does it stay in P star or not? I haven't decided this. I'm going to play, we're playing it as a P. The defense wins that battle. 9:34, shot by KK against a 10. That one is on target, but saved. Sommer having a good game. 5 saves in the first half. Inter Milan's ball. We have 2 minutes of stoppage time. 8:17 foul. Barella is fouled by KK. First foul of the game for Inter Milan. 3:25. Possible offsides is not. 10:12. And it's a corner. Okay, late corner for PSG. 1:38 P. We're on the edge. Next minute will end the half. 3:15 is a possible foul. 3:15 is a foul. Bastoni is fouled by Doué. Free kick late here for Inter Milan. 3:27. A shot attempt by Bastoni against a 6. That is through and off target. So Bastoni goes off target. And that will end the half as the timer has gone. So that's it. First, I want to thank you guys for staying with me. There's a lot going on here that is new to me, so I'm playing a little bit slower pace. Just trying to make sure I figure it all out and remember everything. But that's the first half. So a good first half, lots of action, 4, 5, 10 shots for each team, 5 on target for PSG, 10 fouls committed for Inter Milan. 10-2, 10-2. It's 1-0 at the half. Okay, so we're going to go to halftime. That 2.5 now, so that half point is an adjustment for Inter Milan. It moves it down to an 8. So a 1-8 factor for PSG and a 9-20 for Inter Milan. Second half kickoff goes to PSG, and we'll start playing the subs out now. So we'll be seeing that and how that plays here in the second half. Just make sure of this. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, had to let the dog back out. And another one came back in, so we did a dog swap. Now Rooney's in here. Rooney doesn't like this tournament that I'm going to play because Manchester United's not in it. So she's going to boycott. Second half. Here we go. 10:23. First endurance check out of the gate. So we're going to check the players from each side. They'd have to be a 45. So Dembele and Thuram are going to pass. Dembele again and Martinez. So they pass. So we'll play this one out. 10:23 is offside by Dembele. $174 taken away by Pasho. 134 P. 10:36. Endurance check again. I don't think anyone's a 45, so I don't really have to worry about it. Is there anyone that's a 45 out there? No. So we're not going to worry about that. 10:36. Shot by Dembele against a 4, and that one stopped. 888 P. 137 P. 777. Taken away by Mkhitaryan. 821 is a foul 2 and a P. 438. Shot by DeMarco against a 4. That one is off target. So DeMarco gets a shot off target. PSG's ball. 151 endurance check. Here we go. So there's possibilities here. Pacho versus Bisek? No. And Hernandez versus Thurn? No. They all pass. 151 is a P. 947. Wow, endurance checks coming up all over the place. KK versus Kalinaglu, and there we go. So we're going to have our first sub of the game. That over here. This is going to be their ball. And then Marquinhos versus Barella. So Kalinaglu is going to come out. He is a 2.75. Looking at that, 2.75. So I'm going to do a 1.5 range difference. So a 1.25 to a 4.25. And that will be Augusto. So they're going to go defense. 1.25 is going to be the cut. So I'm thinking about the range here, and I might do one. Each position has a position rating. One defender, 5 forward, and there's different ranges in between. I was doing a 1.5 range on that position. I might cut that to 1.25, but for now I'll just play it like that. Augusto's coming in for Kalinaglu, which I would not do. I would not make that change normally. I would go with someone better offensively probably, but we're going to play this one out. So Augusto is coming in the 51st minute. Kalinaglu's coming out. Let's put him into my sheet so we have that. Kalinaglu is being subbed. And he is going to come out. And they're going to go defense. Up by 1, going defense. And there we go. So we're going to re-roll. And I'm going to have to let a dog out here. Hold on. Like I said, Rooney's protesting, so she already wants out. So, okay, got the sub in. Each team has had 1 sub. And we will re-roll that one. 372, taken away by Bastoni. 957, P star. 163, P star 446, P star 425, shot by DeMarco against an 18. That one gets through, but it's off target. DeMarco goes off target. PSG's ball, 337, P star. 554, P star, 1056. Endurance check. Dembele passes. Acerbi passes. Oh, yeah, Dembele passes. Augusto's a sub. Hernandez passes, and Acerbi passes. So it's going to be a shot by Dembele against a 10, and that one stopped. 956, P+. I've got to get faster at that process. I will as I practice more. It's just so new to me. Shot attempt by Bastoni against an 18, and that one is stopped. 164, again an endurance check. The endurance checks come up on 1s and 20s, and I've been rolling them a lot. Okay. Pacho versus DeMarco. DeMarco's going to come out of the game, so we're going to have another sub. We'll check the secondaries. Neves versus Dumfries. So DeMarco's coming out. He is a position 2.25, so it's going to be a 1 to a 3.75. And that's how it's going to work. The highest rating in that range is going to be Fratesi. He's ranked 2, as you can see here. He's a rank 2. So he's going to come out, or he'll come to the game. Fratesi for DeMarco. Okay. 56th minute. Already got 2 subs in. Okay, so he comes out. And Fratesi comes in. Just check this. Everything good? Everything's good. Okay. We'll re-roll that because we had a sub on it. 1071. Taken away by Dembele against a 10. That one stops. They're going to have to stop him. He's their threat. Actually, let me mark a couple subs here. Boom, boom. Okay. 114 is a corner kick for PSG. 287p, 352p, 935. Shot by Martinez against 15. That one stopped. 321, foul 5 is a P. 465p, 472, taken away by Hernandez. PSG ball 221 is a P. 473, another check. Wow. Okay. Marquinhos versus Thuram. They both, no, Marquinhos, 8 versus 4. Doué and Fratesi. So Doué is going to come out. He's subbed out now. We're also going to check Marquinhos and Thuram, so they stay in. So Doué is coming out. He is a position 3.25, so 1.75 to a 5. That is going to be Zaire Emery. He will be coming into the game. And Peanut's barking at me, so I'm going to have to let her in. A lot going on. Trying to keep my head straight here. Okay. Do it out. Soon we're going to run out of subs, so we don't have to worry about this. Because he's coming in after the 60th minute, he is going to be a +1. However, so he's a +1. I had someone that was a -1, didn't I? Yeah, Neves is. Sorry, did not mark him. Tag those that are -1, so he may have failed one before. He's a -1, so is Vitania. Man, again, lots going on. I'm trying to remember it all. Anyone that gets a minus and the +- is going to be tagged, and they'll lose 10 on their endurance rating. Okay, Zaire Emery's in. He's a +1, but Doué comes out. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but he was a +4, so they drop 4. They're to a -1 now, which means now the possession drops 1 more to a 1 to 7. So that 2.5 becomes a 3 in the second half, and they're even. It has to be a 2 difference on the +-. 1 to 7 now possession. So good for Inter Milan. PSG now will struggle a little bit more possession-wise. So we're going to re-roll that as we have our next sub come in. 2 subs so far for each team. 385. Really, it's going to depend on how many 1s and 20s get rolled. That's when a endurance check comes up. I've rolled a lot of them early. And there's another one. 3. Wow. Mendez. Acerbi. Pasho versus Augusto's a sub. So we play that. 354 is a P. 113, possible corner, no, it stopped. 1036, possible shot by Thuram against a 7, it's off target. So Thuram gets a shot off target. That is an aerial battle. 2 versus 3, that's won by Inter Milan. And Thuram goes -1 on that, so they get a corner. -1, no change in the +- in possession there. 472, taken away by Hernandez. 520 again. So Neves is going to come out. Bisek is going to come out. So let's start marking guys that are coming out. I played this last week, and I did not have this much movement sub-wise. So it's just going to vary on each game. Vitania's 75, and Barella's a 70. So Neves and Bisek are coming out. Neves is a 2.5, so a 1 to a 4. And on the sub, the highest rated player there is going to be Barcola. So Barcola's coming in for PSG. That's an offensive move. Oh, you guys figured out how to get in. So Barcola, let me sub him in. I'll take these each one. For Neves. And on this side, it's going to be Bisek, who's a position 1. Let me just verify that. He's a 1. So a 1 to a 2.5. It's going to be a defensive sub again. That is going to end up being DeVry coming in. So the rating, he's a 5, but the only other person that come in is Darmian. He's a 6. So DeVry wins that. He gets the sub in for, man, BSEC. Okay. We are in the 64th minute, and each team's already subbed 3 times. That is Nevis out for Barcola. +1. Nevis +1. BSEC. Okay. DeVry enters. This is a good move for PSG, though. Barcola is definitely more offensive. I've got those guys subbed in. I've got them on the timesheet. PSG is going to go +2 because Neves was a -1. They get the +1 for Barcola. Inter Milan is going to go +1, so they're now even. We are now at 3 subs each for each team, and we're going to re-roll. 888 as a P. 1043. Shot by Thuram. That's not going to be stopped by anybody. It's off target. Because it's green, it's a shot no matter what. Off target would have been a goal if it was on target. 8 versus 6 on the aerial battle is won by Inter Milan. We don't know 1s or 20s for a little bit. We're going to let this game roll. P. There's another 1. Vitania is a 75. He stays in. Fratesi stays in. Zaire Emery is a sub. And Asabi stays in. Okay, 745P. 685P. 948. Shot by KK against a 1, and he scores. He's on target, and he scores. So one thing I don't want this game to do is go to stoppage time. Ruiz with the assist. Or not stoppage time, but overtime. And a goal. 1042. Shot by Thuram against, that's not a 6. It's not going to be stopped, and it's off target. Thuram goes off target. PSG's ball. Check again. Hernandez is a sub. Barella passes. Mendez passes, and Soda. Oh, Thuram has to come out. So he's coming out. So we are going to sub. 4th sub. So Thuram's out. He is a position 5. They're going to sub in with Taremi. Taremi is coming in. I wanted Arnautovic to come in. He already played for me today in a game. Thuram out. Okay, Taremi. 67th minute. Thuram. So what's going to happen here is Thuram comes out. Taremi comes in. He gets a +1, but Thuram was a -1, so they get a +2. So now they've got the plus-minus advantage, and it drops it down to a 6. So 1 to 6 is PSG. This is the chance. Inter Milan has a chance. They got to do something with it. So we're going to re-roll because of a sub. 642 P star. That was their 4th sub too. P star 1024 offside by Dembele. Inter Milan's ball. 552 P. 462 P. 548 P. 652 P. 733 is a P plus, so Mkhitaryan goes P plus, and a possible sub. KK is going to come out after the P plus is done. I won't sub during a P plus, so he comes out. Acerbi barely passes, and Dembele has to come out. So a double sub up front for PSG, and Dumfries will stay in. So after this is done, it's going to be a double sub, but we're still in P plus. 312, P plus, 358 P plus, 414 P plus, 843 P plus, 421, and the last subs, they're out of subs. Fratessi's going to have to come out too, so they'll be out of subs. So thank goodness we'll be out of subs. 421 will be subs, so I'm going to re-roll this roll here. 1076 P plus, 923 file 4 P plus, 6 in a corner. So Augusto goes -1 on the corner. This is crazy. Which loses that P plus advantage, and now we've got a sub. Okay, 72-minute mark. KK and Dembele are both coming out. So they're coming out at the 72. They're going to be subbed in by 2 offensive players. Those players are going to end up being, 4-2-5. So it could be anyone in a 4-2-5, 3-2-5, 2.75. Well, that sucks. I'm going to play it. I'm just playing it out. Okay. Mayulu and Lee are coming in. Oh, they're coming in the 72nd minute. These guys are out. And that's going to be +2 for them. So let's make that sub. Going very defensive. I'm going to have to work on the specifics of this. I'm probably going to shrink that range a little bit. But those guys are in. Let me actually sub them in on my sheet. Convenient, they're right next to each other. And that one's done. Over here is going to be Fratesi, who's a 3. And Aslani is coming in. So that's their last sub. Aslani is coming in for Fratesi. Okay, we're done. Done with subs. He goes +1. Oops, +1. They are +3 right now. And they are +3. So everyone's a +3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Everybody's done. We're both +3. We're even. 1-7. Corner kick for Inter Milan. That was rough. Okay, I apologize again. This will get better. No more subs. We're out. So now if they hit an endurance check and they fail it, it's going to be -1 on the plus-minus. 156p. And there it is. 614 Ruiz. Ruiz fails the check, so he's just going to get a -1. Just from a fatigue factor. 614 is a corner, and it's a corner kick. 383p. 485p. 584p. 168 possible card. It is a card. Pasho cards. First one of the game, 74th minute. Inter Milan has the ball. 487p. 288. 288p. 967p. 372 taken away by Mendez. 814 is a corner kick. Corner kick for PSG. 438p. 222. It's a possible shot. No, it's not in range. 147p. 267 Marquinhos doesn't fail. That's a P. 956p. 185 taken away by Pasho. 121 P plus. P plus for PSG. So they're going to have possession. 267 still in P plus. 964 P plus. 684 P plus. 767 long P plus. 875 taken away by Barella. Inter Milan has the ball. 161 P. 585 P. 623, shot by Augusto against a 15 is stopped. 178, a Serbi is going to get -1. But he still gets a takeaway. Taken away by a Serbi. 914 is not a corner. They play it. It stops. 653 P. 351 P. 133 P. 134 P. 553 P. 555 P. 360. Someone's got to do something here. When the minutes aren't even rolling though. 851 P. 368, and that is a card. Mendez cards in the 80th minute. Inter Milan's ball. 216. Shot by De Vrij against a 1. That's off target. If he gets it on target, it's a goal. Off target, 76 is going to be PSG's ball. 736 P. 583. Endurance check. Dumfries fails it. He goes -1. 583 P. 633 P star. P star for Inter Milan. 682. Get it to a shot. Nope. Pasha with a takeaway. 622 P. 158 P. 385 P. 544. Shot by Barcola against a 3 and off target. That was probably the chance right there. Goes off target. 4 versus 6 is won by PSG. 816. Zaire Emery's a sub, so he doesn't fail. 816 is a foul 5, and that's a foul. So Dumfries commits a foul on Zaire Emery. That's his 5th, so I do an adjustment on a 5th foul. They lose 2 on the plus minus, and so that's going to be an advantage back to PSG. So they're back to a 1-8. Basically, I choose it like a warning. The ref warns them because so many fouls. It's a P. 736. P star. No one's shooting anymore. 416. Aslani. It's going to be a 16 fouled. Aslani fouled by Pacho. Free kick. 3rd foul only. Free kick. 1053 P. 248 P. 433. Shot by Aslani against an 18. That one stopped. 5. Barcola goes -1. Corner. Getting late. 471, and that's a card. Card to Aslani in the 87th minute. 285 P. 984 P. 528. Shot by Dumfries against a 3. That's on target and saved. Dumfries tried to get his 2nd of the game. Goes on target. Saved. 40. PSG's ball. 573. Taken away by Dumfries. 731. P. 276. Taken away by Marquinhos. We're going to go to stoppage time. 564. P. 921. Fouled. Mayulu fouled by Mkhitaryan. Free kick. 864 P. 1048 P. 1048 P. 863 P. 733 P plus. A late P plus and a chance. 118. A Serbi goes -2. 118 is a foul 1 and a foul. A Serbi is fouled by Mayulu. Free kick late. 958 P. 958 P. 456 P. 781 P. 837 P plus. 837 P plus. 888 still in P plus. 7, and that'll do it. That's going to end regulation. Only 2 shots in the second half for PSG. So now I got to decide. Got to decide what I want to do here. This has been a long video already, so I'm looking at almost an hour. We're on an hour now. I don't want to play extra time. Let's just say the game's going to be close and it's going to go to extra time. Um, yeah, I'm going to pause this. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, after some debate, I've decided to play overtime. But my game really isn't set up for this. So let's see what happens. I'll go to the 46th minute. Great. 91st minute, and we're in OT. Okay, so we're going to play half an hour. I'm going to put in the third period. There. Third half. One more sub for each team. And it is 1-1. So we're still at a possession number of 1-8 for PSG and 9-20 for Inter Milan. We'll get started 7:77. Who gets the Inter Milan gets it. So PSG will get the second half. 7:77 is taken away by Vitania. 7:45 P. 10:54 P. 3:22. Foul 5 P. 9:22 fouled. Mailu fouled by Asani. I will tell you that my score sheet is a mess. But we play on. 2:77, taken away by DeVry. Taken away by DeVry, 6:42, P, 3:52, and Bastoni is a sub. We're just going to do, Bastoni is not a sub, he's going to go. Okay. Mendez and Bastoni, we're going to get rid of the subs that quick. So those guys are going to go. Because we're late, they're going to do offensive subs because I'm going to try to get someone to score a goal here. So it's going to be Ramos for PSG. Oh, no. Ramos for Mendez. And it's going to be Marko Arnautovic for Bastoni. We're going offense. And I'm going to play golden goal. Someone scores, they win. So we're going to get this thing over with. There we go. And they're both +2. And we play on. We'll do a roll here. No more subs. 7:22 is foul 2 and a P. 7:22 again is a foul 2 and a foul. Mkhitaryan fouled by Lee. Mkhitaryan fouled by Lee. Okay, free kick. 5:65 P. 7:55 P. 2:73 taken away by Marquinhos. 4:28 P star. 4:28 P star. 4:81 P star. 7:64 P star. 4:38 P star. 6:31 shot by Ruiz against a 1 off target. 19. Inter Milan's ball, 2:47 P. 1:86 P. 6:26 shot by Augusto off target. Somebody needs to score here. 5 versus 4. PSG wins it. 8:44 P. 5:61 P. 2:42 P. 4:32 shot by Aslani. Shot by Aslani is off target. 19 shots for Inter Milan. 26. PSG's ball. 4:13 P. 10:45 P plus. 3:24 offside Arnautovic. .368 Arnautovic gets a card too. Just like that. He cards. 5:61 P. 5:38 P star. 1:37 P star. 10:24 foul 2 and a P star still. 764 P star, 237 P star, 153. 10-17 fouled. Taremi fouled by Pasho. Free kick to Inter Milan. 4:33 shot by Aslani against a 7. Stopped. 5:82 P. 3:21 foul 2 and a foul. Ramos fouled by Barella. I don't even know what it is. I don't even have to mark it anymore. Free kick. 2:65 P. 1:23 shot by Arserbi against a 1 off target. 59, that's going to be PSG's ball. 8:28. And it's a shot by Zaire Emery against a 1, and that one's off target. Everybody's off target now. They're all tired. 1:35 P. 4:15 foul. Hernandez fouled by Taremi. Well, the one thing that this is doing is it's going to point out some changes that I have to make. Let's make some modifications as we go, but which is good. 6:12 is a corner. Okay, 1 minute of stoppage time into overtime. 5:47 P plus. 5:47 P plus. 9:87 P plus. 6:67 P plus, and that'll end that half. And we go to the fourth half. And pause that. Okay, 15 minutes to go. We are really kind of in uncharted territory for me. I don't play many games. I don't play hardly any games like this. So I'm kind of just winging it as we go. PSG will get the kickoff here in the second half of overtime. 8:73 is a takeaway by Barella. Taken away by Barella. 10:71 taken away back by Lee. 1:33 P. 8:24 shot by Barella against a 6, and that stopped. 5:54 P. 2:58 P. 6:18. Everybody he's a sub, so that's good. 6:18 offside. Augusto goes offside. PSG's ball. 5:44 possible shot. No, that one stopped. Stopped by Inter Milan. 10:31 offside. Taremi. 8:18 foul 2 and a P. 6:31 shot by Ruiz. That one stopped too. 5:86 P. 9:15. Even my roller's slow. 9:15 Inter Milan. That's a foul. Martinez is fouled by Maulu. 6:34 P star. 4:54 P star. 3:25 offside Arnautovic. 10:37 shot by Lee against a 3, and that one's off target. Lee goes off target. Controlled by Inter Milan. 10:73 taken away by Lee. 1:21 P plus. 1:21 is a P plus. 6:21 offside Ruiz. Inter Milan's ball. 4:57 P. 4:57 P. 5:34 shot by Dumfries against a 7, and that one stopped. 9:42 shot by Martinez against a 0. Oh, off target. That was a chance there, but he goes off target. 3:72 taken away by Arnautovic. 2:51 P. 3:22. Oh, into the PK range, but it's not a PK. Like that would have been a horrible way to end it. He rolls in the PK range, but the PK defense is up to the task. So it's not a PK for PSG. We play on. Foul. Martinez is fouled by Maulu. Free kick. 2:77. Taken away by Marquinhos. 2:57. P. He's going to go down 1. And we're going to go to 2 minutes of stoppage time. 7:68. P. He goes down 2. 768 P, 214, and a P. 637 P plus. Here it is. We're in the last minute. 627. Shot by Ruiz against a 16 and stopped. 164 P, 567 P, and 874. Taken away by, no, 874 is them. Taken away by Zaire Emery. 582 P, and we're almost done. 375. Taken away by Hernandez. And that will do it. Nobody else scores. So 1-1 through extra time. So again, this is uncharted territory for me. I don't really have a way to do shootouts. So I'm going to go very generic here. Just to get a winner here, we're going to first roll to see who goes first. And it's 5 shots. It's going to be a roll on the on-target roll. I'll roll on the shot roll here just to do that. Actually, we'll do on target because it's the PK. Anything that's a 71 or higher, a 71 or higher is, what am I going to do? 1 to 70 is a goal. 71 or higher is not a goal. We're going to do that. The first roll is going to be to see who gets it. So I'm going to check this extra 100. Whoever's highest goes first. The first roll means Inter Milan will go first. So PSG versus Inter Milan. We're going to do penalty kicks on the on-target roll. 1 to 70 is a goal. 71 to 100 is not. First roll for Inter Milan. He misses. PSG scores. Inter Milan scores. PSG scores. 2-1. Third roll. Inter Milan scores. PSG misses. 2-2. Inter Milan misses. PSG misses. Oh, clutch. 2-2 going into the last round. Inter Milan misses again. Oh, the pressure. For the win. PSG misses. Oh, my goodness. Okay. The game that doesn't want to end. And we go to extra time of penalty kick. Inter Milan scores. PSG needs to score. It's over. And they miss. And it's over. And that's the ball game. Okay. Kind of anticlimactic there at the end, but it ends at a 1-1 tie with Inter Milan winning in PK, so 2-1. I'm going to guess there's more goals in the game than that, but that was it. I do apologize for the length of the video. I am, like I said, working some things out, and it'll get faster as I go. I need to play more of these games just to see how I want to play it. The subs are going to be the thing. So subs and endurance checks and something, I have to do that. But it did work out. Got the subs in, the 5 subs in for each team. It happened really quick, but that will do it. So enjoy the real game, the Champions League final. I will finish this up, post it, and I will get the Serie A set posted. So you'll have that as well. Look for La Liga in the next couple of days or next few days, and I think that's going to be it. That's going to wrap up the video. Again, I apologize for the length of this. If you guys stuck with it to the end, congratulations, you made it. This is probably one of the longer videos I've done. But that will do it that'll do it here from the Allianz Arena in Munich. The final score in penalties, Inter Milan 2, PSG 1. Have a good night. Have a good weekend.